Hello everybody, this is the first time I've tried broadcasting live here on YouTube. But I thought I would give a preview of tonight's H.H. Holmes tour. I've been doing virtual tours and virtual lectures for the last year since walking tours became unfeasible. And one of my most popular is H.H. Holmes, about the guy we tend to advertise as America's first known serial killer. And really, he was not even the first in Chicago, but it's good marketing. I ended up writing a whole book about the guy. He is most famous for being the subject of the book Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. And what I did was I tried to trace all of the stories back to primary sources and try to figure out where all he was in the city, what all he was up to, where the urban legends came in. And really, I found that although he's most famous for his work down on the South Side, most of the places I can trace him to are up here in the Loop in downtown Chicago. Mostly it's just businesses that he swindled. For instance, this magnificent creature is the Field Building, also known as the Bank of America Building. But in Holmes' day, there was a building standing here called the Home Insurance Building. And in it was the office of a guy named Thomas Barber Bryan. He was the founder of Graceland Cemetery. He was operating as vice president at large of the upcoming World's Fair. And one of his employees had talked him into going halvesies with him on a copier machine company. He didn't really have time to run it, so he sold that half interest to H.H. Holmes, who met up with him here and brought him a promissory note for $7,000 for half interest in ABC Copier, which he never paid back a cent on. That was really what he did first and foremost, was buying stuff on credit and then not paying for it. Now, I can trace him to about 100 places around the city. Of those, maybe half a dozen are still standing. Perhaps the most notable one that is still standing is the Rookery across the street here. This is one of our most magnificent buildings just in general. It's Burnham and Root's real masterpiece from 1886. And Holmes can be traced to a couple of businesses inside of it. One is an insurance company. He bought lots of insurance plans. And another was a cement dealer named William Green, who invested in the ABC Copier Company that Holmes had bought where this building now stands. Trouble is, Holmes kind of made a mistake messing with William Green, though. William Green was a swindler himself, figured out that he'd been swindled a lot faster than most people did, and even broke into Holmes's building to try to repossess stuff on his own to settle the debt. And that is one that is still standing right here. You got to wonder if he ran into the architect Daniel Burnham in the elevator sometime. Now, right across the street was another insurance place. Holmes had decided in 1892 that he was going to add a third floor onto his building that he said was going to be a hotel for the World's Fair. Then upon building it, he came down here to LaSalle Street and got at least 4 different fire insurance policies on the place. Strangely enough, in August of 1893, that third floor caught fire. The insurance companies were really not fooled. So the only one that paid him off was the one that operated out of this building in here. There was one in here that paid him off because they had gotten a witness statement signed by a woman named Minnie Williams, who had been Holmes' girlfriend in the first half of 1893. Weird thing about this is, by the time that paper was signed, Minnie Williams had probably been dead for about 2 months. That was not Winnie Williams at all. It was someone impersonating her, probably the wife of Benjamin Peitzel, one of Holmes' business partners. Though there's varying opinions as to who it was. I don't think they ever really cleared that one up. Down here is the magnificent Art Deco Board of Trade by Holabird and Route 1930. I'm also doing an Art Deco tour Sunday morning. Some of these same buildings will turn up on it. Now, this is from 1930. Holmes was definitely never in there. But just to the left of it, we'll get up to the corner where it would have been, was the old Board of Trade. And that was where Holmes had a lawyer operating out of that building named Wharton Plummer. Of his many lawyers, and he had a number of lawyers, this is the one who was probably as crooked as he was. He knew exactly what was going on. All of the swindling operations, probably the murders. When the authorities started investigating the Holmes building and finding the hidden rooms and secret passages, and deciding that they had solved every unsolved murder of the last 10 years, Plummer disappeared. And I'll give you a brief language warning here, but when he came back, the reporters were waiting for him. And he said, "Gentlemen, you have got this all wrong. H.H. Holmes is the last honest man in America. Those stories you are telling about the castle are fucking rot." Now, of course, they couldn't transcribe this verbatim in the Chicago Daily News at the time. He said that they said something like the story. He said that the stories of the castle were rot, and this last he qualified with an adjective in common use. It's right where the McDonald's is now. When I run walking tours of H.H. Holmes in the Loop, it's almost a running joke that everywhere you go, there's a McDonald's there now. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. No, I am. It's definitely a conspiracy. The Grimace was behind the whole thing. But all right, everybody, that's just a quick preview of what is going on tonight here at Mysterious Chicago. We'll be broadcasting here on Twitch and on the Mysterious Chicago Facebook page. That's where the most lively conversation is likely to be. It's all just free with a suggested donation, so I will see you tonight, 8 o'clock, right here on Mysterious Chicago. I'm Adam Seltzer from Mysterious saying stay safe, stay strong, stay warm, and stay spooky.